So we're ready to go. Got the fluids all topped off in the generator, in the bus. The tire pressures are right. So all the tanks are drained. Got, like I said, 160 water, 80 gray and 80 black. So hopefully that'll do the 4 of us for 3 days. In Chicago traffic right now. Just loving going nowhere. Trying to figure out how to go to the bathroom for the first time.
Is there lights?
Yeah, it's by the sink on the when you walk in. Down here in Chicago, getting ready to make a left-hand turn at a
Yellow.
Not real sure what happened here. Somehow the video went slow motion, so I sped it up 8 times and thought I'd include it. Basically, we're in Hinsdale, Chicago, driving through the neighborhood. Thought I'd include this, trying to whip around some of these corners and things. So yeah, sorry about the audio here in the video, but thought I'd include some of this. Getting all loaded up in Chicago. Got all 3 of us in here. It's my twin brother, younger brother, my other brother, Daryl. Well, we ended up going north of Madison, pulled into Madison Camping Park, and got everything pulled out. Watching some video right now and cooking some steaks.
In 2 seconds. Yes.
Got 4 of them on here.
2 seconds.
Will be pretty good. My brother Matt, brother Scott, brother Mike. Have some good times. So here we are leaving the next morning. Thought I'd show this video here. Being 45 foot in these parks is not always the easiest to get out. Here I'm really having to pull way out. If there was a camper in that spot, I'd probably have to back up. And then just trying to get that axle out into that drive. So kind of have to just be patient in some of these parks. I went up here and some other guy was trying to back out or pull in his camper. I'm not real sure which. Sat there for about 20 minutes waiting on him. A lot of times the trees are real low. You know, on a highway they keep everything trimmed up real nice. In these parks, you know, I'm almost 13'6" tall. Don't really make it sometimes, but just thought I'd show here, you know, how hard it is. So we ended up deciding to go to a liquor store, and so we thought we'd take the bus since it was about 5 miles away. And so just wanting to show you here, trying to navigate. So it's almost like flying an airplane. You got to figure out where you're going and look ahead of time. So found this parking lot and was able to get in there and stick it in that space for a little bit, and then got my brothers to come out here and film me trying to get it out. So here I am trying to get it over to the right most side so that I can swing this left. Again, the trees, you know, trying not to hit those as well. You can see pretty much I just take up the whole road. Don't want to curb the tires there, and then also, you know, I got to pull way left so I don't hit that curb on the right. So just the brother's going to come up here on the corner of the street and show me trying to pull out as well. But you know, 45 foot long, it's not hard to drive. You just got to know the rig. Been trying to, you know, put it in and take it out of little spaces. I've got about 12,000 miles on it, so kind of know the rig. But watch how far I'm gonna pull out here into the street. So I thought this car was coming, and I think he ends up turning. So I'm able to go. Maybe he went through. But I'm gonna pull way out here into the road to go here. This is the car that turned. So I'm gonna pull into the oncoming traffic to get that axle out because I don't want to curb it. And so you can see the swing there. It's not hard to do at all. You just need traffic to cooperate. So thought I'd add that. So we're running with the air on. What we thought we'd try to do was turn the air on with just the batteries, not the generator. And what we found out is the alternator is able to push enough amps to keep the batteries maintained and then also run the air conditioner. So I can run down the road without running the generator, which was nice. This is just showing our refrigerator. Got it stocked up with everything we need. I can't have alcohol anymore, so I've got non-alcoholic beer, vitamin water, and my brothers have beer, which is fine. Got the TV playing, got the hotspot on, so it's pretty comfortable. Got the dash air on, and then there's another air conditioner behind the seat that's on, and then, like I said, ended up getting the air conditioner. We just ran the one right over the front of us to keep us cold the whole way there. So it's kind of nice not to have to tax batteries or run the generator to run that air conditioner. So just thought I'd show you that.
Scotty? Like what it looks like out the window or something.
What we thought we'd show here is just driving down the road from passenger side, give you a shot of it. It's really benign. Coach does real well driving down the road. Not much road noise. You can see the steering wheel input doesn't take too much. There's a little bit of slop, but for the most part, drives really nice. So this is an overhead of my cousin's where we pull in. I ended up pulling forward into the whole lot and should have walked it first, I guess. With the length of it, we couldn't reach the extension cord, and then we were supposed to get some weather the next day. It's a shot of my brother's drone. It's going to show an overhead of this whole thing. So we'll show it from the ground, and then we'll show it from the overhead. But ended up deciding to back in. So then I had to back the whole rig back out, and just battling here with trying to get the back end swung around and not hit anything. Again, it's not hard to drive, it's just long. And then that swing, it swings pretty good, but you know, you've got to have good area there. So here I am trying to get another track to get those back axles, you know, a little bit further, because you know the swing here, I could have made the turn, but I didn't want to hit my cousin's entry sign there. And so here I am swinging it, and then every time I swing it, you know, it's really putting some strain on those tag axles back there. I think I left some tread on the road. You can see how tight that wheel turns. So it's not that bad, but you know, you really got to watch where you're heading into there. So here I'm attempting to back in. Again, you've got to watch everything. There was a grill or a fire pit my cousin was getting rid of, so I had to hug that mailbox in order to get those axles in here, because you know that road's not that long, and when I swing the bus, I can't turn the wheels that tight or I'll run the front wheels into the ditch. So I got to get that axle back far enough that I can start my swing. So see, you can see my swing there. Otherwise I'd put the front end into the ditch before I got it back here. So now, I'm battling, trying to get that front to swing and then not hit these trees here on the other side. So again, it's not that hard to drive, but it's just long. I'd say, anybody wanting to get one of these, they do drive real nice. They do have high quality, but they're long. So if you just want to come stick it somewhere, you can. It's going to take a little bit of work. So you can see right there, it's like everywhere I turned, I could have gone straight back now, but that tree was in the way and I didn't want to scratch it up. So I ended up pulling forward and then backing it back again. So this is the overhead of the first shot that we showed you. So this is the drone footage. And so here I am trying to get another track. Ended up having my brother sit inside and he showed me the drone footage as I was driving, and so it's kind of almost like a remote control type bus. But what I was having trouble with was from the air at the top, and I'll show you here in a little bit, I couldn't see all of the trees. So there I am getting a better track. Again, I need to get those back axles on the road, which I think they are about right now. Then I can start swinging it, and then I had that obstacle there in the front, so that's where I had to get the new track. So now I can really cut that axle, the front one. I've got the back ones where I need them to be, and I can cut that across. So again, it's not that hard at all. It's just long. If this were 10 feet shorter, I think you could probably whip it around. You can also see some of my tag axle tread that I left there. Hate that, but it's part of it. So this is the next part in the sequence from down below, and again I'll show it from overhead. I ended up pulling forward to get the back axle into the driveway so that I missed that tree. Here I am starting the long back up, and at one point here is where my brother, he's flying the drone right now, so we'll show footage of this overhead. He jumped in and I started looking at his drones video, which was kind of neat because you can only see so far behind, but then I couldn't see the trees, and I gave up and ended up just using the mirrors. But I'll just kind of let you show here. And it's like every time I tried to turn, there was a tree, when I was wanting to cut it real hard. So that's what made this a little more difficult. If the trees were trimmed up around the drive, it wouldn't be so bad, but didn't want to scratch it. And then also I didn't really want to lose it in the ground. Cousin said it was pretty hard, but 50,000 pounds is 50,000 pounds. So see, here's another one where I could cut it and get those axles back on the drive, but I didn't want to put the front end in the trees. So I think I end up pulling forward here and trying to reset those back axles a little bit further on the other side so that I could try to make that cut. So I think I end up skimming the trees a little bit on the passenger side so that I can get a better angle here to turn the rig around. Hadn't actually backed the unit up this far before, So, you know, you could also think of make the same track as you would pulling out. But, you know, as you come forward to make that turn, you're going to overshoot the drive and then cut it to keep those back axles on there. So, you know, it's a little bit different driving it backwards. So far, it's one thing, you know, to drive it 100 feet or so, but to drive it quarter of a mile down the road, you know, it's a different feeling. Plus, you know, I've been driving for a couple hours. It's hot, tired, ready to go in here. So I'm going to bring it up here and parallel park it behind that tree where that four-wheeler is right now. So I'm going to be trying to aim the back tags to a good spot, and then I can whip the front around on the other side of the tree. Cousin who owns the place. So here I am trying to get the tags lined up so that I can swing the front of the coach around to the other side of that tree there that's just on the driver's side there, that one you can see. So it doesn't look that bad right now, but you know, you've got to get those tags set and then pull the front around, and then the ground ended up being pretty soft. So here I am parallel parking it, so trying to hug that back in. And what I ended up moving it because it was just too close to the weeds there. Wanted to run the generator because the electric wasn't big enough to run the air conditioners. So I ended up moving it back on the drive later that evening. Plus we were supposed to get some rain, and I was afraid we wouldn't be able to get this thing out of here with the ground gave out underneath of us.
I was giving him this view the whole time. I don't know where it is.
Oh, you were in the bus?
That was fun. Alright.
So if you want to fast forward it or not, you can. This is the same video of what we just watched, but from the air. So you can see, you can get a better angle of, you know, trying to get those back tags, back axles far enough so that I can cut it. I don't know if he zooms out here. So there I can start, you can see the front wheels. I can cut it, but probably should have cut it a little sooner, but I didn't want to put the front end in the ditch. And sometimes when I'm backing up and looking, you know, I can't get a good feel for where those fronts are. I probably could have cut it sooner. So here's where I'm hugging the passenger side a little more than I wanted to. So I ended up pulling forward to reset the tags there. So here I am getting a whole lot better position to get the bus in there. So you can see there I got it lined up on the road where it needs to be. Start my journey for a quarter of a mile drive backwards. This is where my brother ends up getting in the bus, and I could see this view as I was driving, and so I thought it would be easier to navigate the bus kind of like a remote control. And what I found out was it was just, I don't know, maybe it could work, but just better off with the mirrors. And there were also some trees that you couldn't see from this view that I didn't want to hit. So you can see here I should have started turning it a little sooner, and right there probably, you know, I'm too late to get that to turn. And so when I start swinging, I've just got to correct too much, so I end up pulling forward. It's just hard to see. Again, I was using it from the drone at that point and not the mirrors. And so I think if I used the mirrors, I would have caught that. You know, because you can't really tell where the axles are. There you can zoom in, it's by that second air conditioner, and then the front axles are about where the white roof starts. So it's a little hard to tell, you know, from that high up in the air. If you're in the coach, you can get a better feel for it, I guess you could say. So there I am. I end up giving up on the drone view and then just using the mirrors. So you can see I was able to get a lot better angle. Got the coach lined up for that drive. Again, it's not that hard. Should have just used the mirrors to begin with. There's a lot of branches down there that you can't see that are sticking out. You know, a normal car, they go right underneath of them, but 13 foot 6 inches tall. You know, I just didn't want to scratch paint up trying to park it for one weekend. So I guess we didn't get footage of the parallel parking, but there's its final spot. This is Cousin's place. This is the flamethrower that Elon Musk's boring company made. So we thought, what a better way to light a mosquito candle than with a flamethrower. So we ended up using the same flamethrower to light some stuff he'd been wanting to get rid of for a long time. He knew we were coming, so thought it'd be fun to try to burn it, and it was. That flamethrower you can turn up and down, so we've got it turned down right now, so it's not too dangerous, but we ended up getting a huge fire that night, so that was pretty fun. So here we are, we're really boondocking right now. I'm not plugged in. I ended up moving it to the middle, try to get it leveled out a little bit because the grades are quite extreme. But I've got enough battery power to run one air conditioner for 7 hours. And so I'm just gonna cycle it on and off. So I've got enough battery power to run the AC for about 7 hours. And if I don't, I think I've got 3 or 4 days. And we're leaving tomorrow, so it's fine. So I've got one AC running inside with the refrigerator, keeping it comfortable, and when I need some more juice, I'll just turn the generator on for a little bit. This is day number 2. Had a brother sleep down here on the floor. I've got a coffee maker, pulled out the 2 beds, been watching TV, got 2 air conditioners on and ran the generator all night long so that we could have some air conditioning inside. Just pulling too many amps on a 20 amp circuit. The generator's been doing real well, and we moved it out here on the driveway because it's supposed to rain last night and we didn't want it to sink, lose it in the grass. But she's been doing pretty well, just sitting out here. Well, we're headed home. Got everything cleaned up and headed out. Just got some TV on. Brother's driving. The alternator charged the battery back up about an hour, so that was nice. Figured out we could run an air conditioner off of the inverter while we're going down the road. So I haven't sat in here that much, but it's pretty comfortable. Got some big windows. Well, that was it. Thanks for watching. Thought I had some more videos I could stick in here, but it's kind of hectic. Get everybody together, and not real sure what you got, but just wanted to put together a little video of us trying to navigate it through some city streets and also into kind of a boondocking area, let you know kind of how it handled. Did real well, I thought, but it is 45 feet long, so I think that's the only downfall. It's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. If you can navigate it and feel comfortable with it, it does real well. If you're not comfortable with something that big, I definitely wouldn't recommend it. But until next time, we're going to go to Mackinac Island coming up, so I'll see if I can get some good videos of that.